Hi, I'm Katie.
Hello. And I'm Claire.
And we're doing a guide on how to watch the first era of Doctor Who. Firstly, we should probably mention that it's in dun 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 black and white. Black and white.
We're in black and white.
No, Claire, no. We're not. The folks at home, they'll see it in black and white. We're not actually in black and white here.
Sorry, for a minute there I actually thought we were in black and white because it doesn't
Claire,
suit me. Black and white.
No, on the contrary, Claire, actually black and white can be a very good art form. Fantastic, actually.
That's right.
So shall we kind of set the scene?
Yeah,
let's take everyone back to like maybe what was in the producer's mind back in 1963.
So this is the interview with producer Verity Lambert.
Yes.
You're a woman.
Yes, very much so. A woman. Yes, producing Doctor Who, the first female producer who would ever produce Doctor Who. Yes, that's me.
Yes, right. First things first. Who I hear you've cast William Hartnell as the
right.
Doctor. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, it was a very thorough process for the role of Doctor Who. I'd seen Bill in a great film, This Sporting Life, where Bill played a homosexual sports coach, and I was flabbergasted by his portrayal. So I couldn't find him at first, but after I scoured the old folks' homes, there he was, and he really was a wonderful actor, brilliant, and you know, he was a little older than we first conceived, but we're really pleased with the choice.
Oh, so there you are. You said you wanted a catchy title, so well, you see, I came up with a few. Well, I wrote a long decisive essay about why it should be called this, but then I just thought, anyway, basically, these were the ideas. You see, as you can see, the one with the underlined twice, you know, is the one we went for, because, you know, Doctor Who is he? But then, well, it did occur to me that, well, people might get confused. Is he a real doctor? Which he isn't. But Doctor Who, for the young folk into the future, Doctor Who, Doc Who, and if he's writing his name, he might want to say Doc W. Dot. Any thoughts on this?
And finally, Verity, the choice of the young hero of the piece.
Yes.
William Russell.
Well, it was important in casting for Doctor Who that we had a man for the male viewership to identify with, really, like action hero. And there's a relatively kind of famous actor at the time, a man named William Russell from The Adventures of Sir Lancelot. I'd seen him briefly in it. Oh, this isn't my annual, and I certainly don't have a picture of him hanging on my wall. But I thought, you know, he had all the right qualifications. Yes, so that's what we felt was right for Doctor Who, for girls to fall in love, relate to.
Girls to relate to?
The fellas to. It's very important in Doctor Who to relate to the viewers. The age range at this point is 8 to 13 or 14, or Sydney will tell you. So of course another important part of the first era, or indeed Doctor Who generally, is the TARDIS. Oh yes, the police box. Do you know what TARDIS stands for? And what Susan calls? And what do the initials mean that Susan says? TARDIS? Things... Oh, I don't know. Turtles...
and
Rabbits dying in space.
dying in space.
Yeah, that was our first choice, or my first guess, but actually
Really
no.
catchy.
No, actually it means
So disappointed.
time and relative dimension in space.
Time and
Or is it
relative
dimensions in space? Because no one can ever seem to get that right, can they?
time and relative dimension in space.
Yeah. It honestly, it makes sense when you think about it, much more than the turtles dying.
Right, and this is the man who will.
But
This is small, and I don't know how he's going to.
That's the magic of it, Claire, because once inside, it's bigger.
It's bigger.
It's bigger, because it's just bigger on the inside, because that makes it easier to imagine space. Though judging by Studio D at Lime Grove, I mean, it would be better if it was smaller on the inside. I mean,
I was going to say, because if it was really that size, well, even if it was blown up, it would be the size of a cupboard.
you'd just be standing in it like this. So that's make for some
How-
interesting characterisation. Okay, so the character of the male, not the doctor, but the secondary male, is called Cliff Chesterton. You know, Cliff Richard. Isn't he cool?
You might want to check the details. Yes, the dams.
Oh. Well, according to sources, Cliff Richard is no longer cool, so here's the new character outlines. Okay, so the new character outlines, it appears Cliff is now Ian Chesterton. Now, we've gone away with Lola, you know, it's maybe a bit too spacey, so that's Barbara. And now, the Doctor's granddaughter, we've gone with Susan. We did think of Suzanne for a time, and before that, it was Biddy, which does sound a bit old. You agree? Well, anyway, so Susan is the granddaughter of our star, Doctor, or Doctor Who. Most people call him the Doctor, or grandfather, but mainly the Doctor. And he, as it says in finer print, an alien on exile from his own planet. What does it say here? Oh, yes. Is mistrustful of humans. Great character device, wouldn't you say? Yeah? Hi, viewers. I'm outside the not-so-famous Lime Grove Studios, where history is about to happen, because the first ever Doctor Who episode is about to be filmed right in there, and there is mass hysteria around. Well, it's just me, but they don't know what I know. So let's try. Shall I try and get inside? Let's try and get inside. Okay. Seems to be a bit of security. Just bear with me a second. Anyway, I'm in. Oh my god. I think I can see Mr. Hartnell. Mr. Hartnell!
What the fuck?
Mr. Hartnell! Can I have an autograph, please? Oh! Oh. He's a bit busy at the moment, I think. He didn't want to talk. Oh, no. There's Jacqueline Hill over there. I think I'll go and chat and get all the the girls, as they go into their makeup and, you know, get their hair done. Jacqueline, you must really spend a lot of time having your hair done to get to that booth on. I mean, that is like engineering. Anyway, back to you in the studio. Also, did you know, Claire, that the TARDIS is meant to adapt to its surroundings like a chameleon, so it would change to adapt in and blend in.
Oh, that's very interesting, isn't
But
it?
they decided to actually keep it as the original, you know, chameleon of the, you know, the police box.
See.
So, say this show became popular, then in years to come, it'd be a sort of iconic symbol of the 60s culture and youth, and it would remind us that that's where Doctor Who started, by having this police box, an iconic symbol of the 60s. That sounds absolutely brilliant, but no, they just, really they just didn't have the money to turn it into anything else. They just went with the first set they had because that was all the budget allowed them to do. But let's go with your idea because that sounds much more interesting.
My idea.
And
It's
it'll look,
iconic.
and it'll look cool in years to come. We could just let's just say everything is iconic.
Iconic.
No
new
matter
word.
what it is, it's iconic. Get the word out there.